guys, welcome back to Let's Code, and in this lecture we are going to cover the basic transitions, and in the end of this lecture or in the next video we are going to cover how to create such toggle buttons, and this is the part of transition, so be there with me for the transition effect. And let's start our coding part. So here is our VS Code. I'm going to create a new file named as transitions.html. Yeah, here is our document. I'm going to name it as transitions. Let's come in the finder. This is the file we just created, transition.html. I'm going to double click it and you can see we are on our file now. So now just come here, and here I'm going to show you something that is more interesting, that is transition, the basic transitions. So what are the basic transitions? For example, here I'm going to create a button and I'm going to type click me. Just come here, refresh. This is the button we have created, but this is not the fancy button as we saw in most of the websites. So let's come here and type style button. Even I'm going to pass it a ID basic, so I can show you the basic transition effects on this specific button. And here I'm going to change its look somehow, so be here until I change its look completely. So I'm going to make its background as toggle blue. Come here, refresh. As you can see, nothing happens because this is the ID and we defined a class here. So just change the dot to hash. Come here, refresh. Now the background is changed. Once the background is changed, I'm going to do the outline none, and this will remove the outline that is visible here around it. So let's refresh, and outline is removed but the borders are still there. So let's come here and make the borders none, border none. Come here, refresh, and now our borders are removed as well. Just come here, make the color white. It's near the white, so I just click that. Now it's looking like a banner, but we will make it a button, proper button. So for that, let's add a padding. Top to bottom should be 10 px and left to right 16 px. Come here, refresh. Now our button is somehow taking the look of a button, and now I'm going to add a border radius to it. It will be 30, not 30, sorry, it should be something near 7 px. Come here, refresh, and it's now looking like a button, but it's not clickable. It doesn't show any change when we bring our mouse to it. So now the actual transitions begin. I'm going to type the transition all for now, and all transitions should be in the duration of 0.3 seconds. So hash basic. The first transition I'm going to apply is it shows some kind of background change or increase its size when I bring my mouse to it, and this cursor should be a pointer, converted in a pointer when my mouse is on click me. So now here I'm going to write first thing, that is background. Background should be converted to teal. Come here, refresh. Now it's teal, and here what I'm going to do, I'm going to make it on hover effect. So refresh it. Now it's blue, and when I bring my mouse on it, it's having the color teal or near the green. And how can it increase its size? Just come here, type transform scale, and default scale is 1, so therefore I'm going to make it 1.3. Come here, refresh. Now you can see it's increasing its size as well. So that's the basic transitions. You can also go for, this is actually the shorthand method, but you can go for the longhand method, that is transition duration that is this one we have declared in the shorthand form. You can make it 3. Now you can see that our transition will take place slowly. It's working slowly, so that's what transition duration can do. And transition property, if I pass only the background to it, you can see only the background will be changed. Yeah, just come here, refresh. Now it's only taking one property, that is background. Other property is by default and it's not happening like an animation now. It's just making it big because in the transition the background is not defined. So sorry, the transform is not defined, so I defined the transform as well here. I think spelling is right. Refresh. I hope this will work, and now it's working properly. That's how you can define the transition properties. And there is one more thing, that is transition timing function. Not property, sorry, transition timing function. And you can go for the cubic bezier, like starting, between and end points, but I'm going with ease, like start slow and end slow. This would be something like start slow and end fast, and this would be start slow, end slow, and this will be end slow only. So here you can see, as I refreshed it, there should be some changes, like it started very slow and it ended also very slow. So therefore I'm just going to remove this timing function because I don't use it mostly. Now you can see it's still slow because of this duration thing. I'm also going to comment this. So now it's taking the default duration that is defined here. I'm also going to comment this. And here, just come here, as we have covered the basic transition properties. Now I will show you what are the pseudo classes you can use in the transition effect or transition or during the transition. So how you imagine if something change its inner part. When I bring my mouse over it, there should be something inside it that covers it, or like a red diff is coming inside it, and it will cover till this by an animation effect. I can show you how. Let's come here. Here I'm going to define something very interesting. I'm just going to comment this part, and I will show you the basic classes that are mostly used in the websites for the transition. That would be, for first I'm going to use the before, and I'm going to define this position, its position as relative. Come here, make its position as absolute, top 0, left 0, and width 100%, as it's taking it from the parent, and parent is button in this case because it's having the position relative. And height should also be 100%. Now here you can see nothing changed, but I will show you something changed. So let's come here, type the thing that is called content. Yeah, content is empty, and here I'm going to define a background color. Background would be something like, not teal, make it red, and not this red, this is heavy to eyes, so I'm going to declare a dark shade. So now you have seen something has covered it, but I want to show it on the back, and text should be in the front. So how can I do it? I can just come here and define z index as -1, refresh. Now the banner is on the back, especially this one is on the back, and I'm going to define this as z index 0, refresh. Now you have seen that text is on front because the background color is on the one, and text is on the one actually, and the background is taking from the before. Now, so I don't want to show it like that. I just want to bring my mouse, and then this color should grow on the button timely with the timing function. As the background change, the same way the color should grow. So For that, what I am going to do, I am just going to declare it 0 for now. Not 0 for now, sorry. Just come here, I'm going to make it transform scale, scale x 0. Come here, refresh. Now you have seen nothing is here, and just come here, and here what I'm going to do, I'm just going to type basic, hover, and on basic hover, go to the before and make before transform scale x1, and just come here, define the transition all 0.3. let's come here, refresh this, and nothing is happening because of this, I think this space. So come here, refresh. Now you can see something is changing. This is because of this timing function, this before, and let's make it something like basic, refresh. Nothing is changing, so remove this basic and keep it here. Hopefully it will work. Let's start. It's working fine. And I actually missed the S, so therefore it's not having an animation effect. You can see something cool is happening here, but I want this animation to grow from the left side, and I will also increase its duration. So what I can do, I just come here, refresh it. Now you can see that it's happening slowly. Just come here and define transform origin, and origin should be from left side. I want it to grow from the left side. Now you can see the cool effect, but it's actually crossing the border. So what we can do for that, I actually want these borders as it is. I want the border radius, so for that just come here and make overflow, overflow hidden. Refresh. Now you can see everything is working properly, and this is the basic transition effect with the pseudo classes. You can do the same with the after, like if you make this after rather than having the before, you have two pseudo classes in the CSS, so that's we use in the transition effect. And there are many transition classes like hover. One is focus. I can show you what is the difference between the focus and hover. Basic and focus. So in the focus, I want its background to be pink. Let's come here, refresh. What if I click this? Now you can see it's pink. That's because I clicked it, and click works on the focus. And there is another that is active, but active mostly relates with the JavaScript. It works similar to the focus, but it is when a portion of the screen is active. So we will cover that topic in the JavaScript. And then there is something called valid, invalid to check the forms. So let's have our input here. Basic input, that's text. Even I will make it type email. I will first declare a form. There should be no action. Come here, paste required, that's email, and input should be text required, and then there should be a button for submission. That would be input dot value should be sub dot submit, value should be submit. Come here, refresh. Now you can see these both fields are required, and I'm going to type the effect that is called transition for a valid thing. So input that is valid should have a border of 7px. I know it's bit big, but I just want this color to be displayed solid. That's for valid, and I will go I will come here, I will type invalid and I will change its color to pink. Invalid, yeah, refresh. Now you can see our both inputs are invalid for now as they are having this color. And I will go here, this one is the first one is actually demanding a email, so I will type @gmail.com. You can see when the text is valid the color is changed. And then there if I type any text, because its type is defined as text, so it's taking the valid part as valid, and submit is always valid as it's also an input, so therefore it's taking the same color for a valid part. And the same goes for the check, how to check the part, but check part I will cover when I show you in the next video how to build this thing. This thing is totally dependent on the check, and you can also select the input that are disabled, like input phone number, phone, yeah, and make it disabled. Just come here, I can show you how to use the input type should be not check, it's phone. Just come here, not there, refresh, and here is our phone number that is disabled, so it's the disabled one. And in disabled one I will choose the background as pink, no, not pink. Come here, refresh, now you are having the background. This is how you can use the transitions, and you can also make it like, yeah, from here as well you can choose that type phone, and the same one that is, just come here and type disabled. So when it's enabled it will not have any such problem, but when it's disabled it's having the pink color. So that's how you can define. Even if I remove this, I will have the disabled effect as it is. So this is how you can define the enabled and disabled inputs. And in the next lecture I will show you how to use check box input and make this transition effect. So be there with me in the next lecture. We will use same before concepts, but in some advanced way, so we can have this toggle button, or you can say the toggle switch. And I will share this code for this lecture in the video description. You can find the GitHub link for this code, and also the whole code outline, the course outline. Here is the course outline, and you can also find the full course playlist link in the video description. So check the description and be with me in the next lecture, so we can build this awesome toggle effect, or toggle button you can say. In the next lecture it will take hardly 7 to 8 minutes, but I will try my best to cover it and make you understand how we build it, and then we will move towards the animations. Thank you so much for being with me.